Zlurpcast!
Zlurpcast TV, we've got 5 in the house. Quick question for any y'alls before we get into it. If you are an American that walks into a bathroom, and then you're an American when you walk out of the bathroom, what are you when you're in the bathroom?
Both.
Nope.
Yes, you're Schrodinger shitter.
It's a riddle, so it's wrong because it's a riddle.
No.
Anyone else?
Pooping.
Close.
European.
Hey! It's a joke, Biran.
Oh,
Get it?
I thought it was Schrodinger's cat that's neither alive nor dead.
Well, I didn't see you peeing or pooing. I don't know.
What if you go into a bathroom that's marked unisex but has a urinal and a toilet with no dividers? Can you go in with another dude?
Well, I mean, you can. You can do anything you want.
Right.
If you want to, though.
What?
So on a recent trip, I stopped at a place to go to the bathroom. They had one of those very small bathrooms with the urinal and the toilet. And there was piss all over the toilet seat. It's like, I don't understand. Like,
Women
it was
hovering.
a private bathroom.
Women hovering.
In the urinal.
Or
Even it out.
urinal was filled and the guy was a messy guy.
Or was it a unisex?
No, it was
Okay.
a men's restroom.
Well, now how do we define a man nowadays?
Wait.
Could
what
still be
is
a hovering
unisex?
situation.
What is unisex? One sex?
It's unisex. The easiest way to figure it out is if you're buying a T-shirt, they go, do these run big or small? And they go, it's unisex. That means they run small, so get one size.
That's the easiest way to figure it out.
But when you say unisex bathroom, that actually means one sex bathroom, right?
Yeah, I guess. It should
Or
be
universal.
omnisex bathrooms.
Yeah. You know, that's
Don't
what
get me
this show's
started
about.
on the great conspiracy I have about unisex bathrooms. It's conspiracy to get rid of urinals.
We brought Jeffra on to talk about bathrooms. Who belongs in them? Who doesn't belong in them? Where can you pee? Where can you poop? Where can you do a 3, a 4, and a 5? All on whose face? You know, and what and everything that goes along with. That's what this show's about today. We also might cover some Blood Bowl tournaments.
We are a Blood Bowl
Probably
podcast.
Yeah, probably going to get into Blood Bowl right away. Xtreme went to Bounty Bowl in Ohio. Jeff Rose running Chaos Cup. You may have heard of it. Kind of a big deal. 3 out of the 5 people on this one. In fact, even Xtreme to an extent. Xtreme, you never ran Chaos Cup, but you were always like kind of weaseled in early on.
And I remember
You know,
Jenny
like-
helping out sometimes too.
Yeah, we would help, but
Yeah.
we never ran.
Well, Xtreme, real quick, was that like I'm never going to win, so let's just start helping?
For Jenny or for me?
For you, obviously.
I always played. So I would help, but then I would always play.
Because you were like, I have to win.
Before I die, yes. That's on my list of things that have to happen before I leave this world.
I would be willing to bet Chaos Cup's going to die before you do.
Probably. And I probably won't have one.
I think Blood Bowl is going to die off at some point. It's got to. There's too much infighting. We can't even talk about stalling without having a normal conversation these days.
If I have to win any tournament before I die, I will live forever.
What does that mean?
It means I'm never going to win a tournament, so I'm immortal.
Oh, okay. So you had to cut the head off somebody who won a tournament or something.
Right. There could be only one.
Katie had to win a tournament before we could get married.
Oh,
And you're still cursing the day you let her win.
I wish. That was Rock Bowl.
we're going to talk a lot about some Blood Bowl action, both what happened and what's going to happen. Chronologically, let's go with Xtreme kicking things off. Bounty Bowl happened just a week ago, right? Not even a time of recording.
Sure, yeah, about that time. Before we get into tournaments, though, can I do a Blood Bowl themed plug? Charlie Victor just started the Kickstarter for the Thick Skull carrying case. So if you want to transport your team in luxury, you should check out that Kickstarter.
It's already funded, I think.
Yes.
So it's the case, but then like other compartments for other stuff? Or
It's like the premium case. Like you can hold your pitch and all your accessories and your team.
Couple
Oh.
rule books.
You can hold your what?
Different things for it to hold dice. Dungeon bowl.
Yeah.
Thing.
There's two different sizes. There's the large and the extra large, and the extra large comes with you can convert it into holding dungeon bowl.
so Biran, he said you can hold your field.
Okay.
Biran, can you put the thing on the screen?
Yep.
Oh, I see it. Excellent. It's like
It'll be there.
Encyclopedia
It'll be
Britannica.
flashing right now.
Yeah, like you're gonna buy the encyclopedias. Like, show me that number. Excellent. Everyone remembers that fucking kid.
It's 289% funded.
Wow.
Good stuff.
So, yeah, what's the cost on that?
It's in pounds.
What's
So,
you mean?
but-
What's the sweet spot where?
Yeah, or just whatever. I mean, not
I mean,
pounds.
You want the extra large bag, so look at the
Yeah.
extra large.
Extra large, 79 pounds. So what is that? Like 89, 90
Yeah,
bucks?
it'd be about $90.
So
Surprise
extra
free
large
gift
mean-
item. That's nice.
Extra large means you could put more than one team in. Is that
Or more
You
accessories.
could put the rule books fit in the extra large, and they don't necessarily fit in the large.
Oh, okay. You know what I always do? Pro tip: don't bring rule books to tournaments. Let someone else worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you look that up? I didn't bring my book.
Someone else will have it.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. So why bother? Even if I'm running it, who gives a fuck? So Xtreme, you attended Bounty Bowl.
I did. Yes. I went with Alex, my son, and he had just bought an Imperial Mobility team like a week prior and assembled and painted it in time to take it. So I was pretty impressed with that.
How long did you give him before he gave up doing it himself?
He never had the conversation with me, but he did mention it to Jenny that he was ready to push it off and let me do it.
Oh,
I was like,
man.
I don't think that's gonna happen. So
Well, also you have some real padded turnaround times. You know what I mean?
yes.
He's like, when do you need it by? This Saturday. I could do Saturday, May 2024.
Yeah,
It's like, okay, that's the best.
that would be fair.
Oh, 79 translates to. Ooh, with shipping, it goes up a lot.
I was
$100.
gonna say shipping's gonna be the killer.
Yeah. It's like
Wow.
$45
Yeah.
shipping.
Yeah. As much as I love watching Biran do math, I'd rather listen to him.
Well, I'm doing the conversion in my head too.
I was watching his brain, like I saw stuff moving, saw like fucking gears and shit. And,
To avoid the actual subject more, what you mentioned there with my turnaround time for painting, I have something to comment on that. I'm very proud of the fact that the entire time I was doing commission painting, I never bullshitted anybody on why I was late. If they contacted me, I'd be like, I'm sorry, I'm hoping to have more time to work on it in a week or so. I know I'm behind, or I know I'm months behind when I said I would, but I never bullshitted them. I never gave like, oh, my wife forgot to mail it. It'll be in the mail this week. And then 2 weeks later, oh, something else happened.
Yeah.
I have two different art commissions right now, and I know both artists are bullshitting me.
Like they haven't even
And-
started on it.
Yeah.
Right. Like neither of them, I don't think were started.
You're right about that. You are honest. I've had several, because I mean, all I do is buy propane because I'm obviously filthy rich. And the one I hear a lot is it's done, just waiting to get to the post office. That's the one I hear all the time. Like, it's not done. There's no way it's done because it's 3 weeks later. Where is it? Yeah. It's like, there's no way. There's no way it's done. I'd rather say you didn't start it, forgot to order, whatever. Don't tell me it's done and sitting on your shelf.
Then
There's no way that's true.
Don't lie.
Right.
Why is not lying hard?
But, and also, like, here's the other thing. This goes along with anything and anywhere. Like when you talk to people, like, do you want to be like dumb or intentionally an ass? Like what, you know what I mean? Like what? So if you're lying because you think saying you forgot to start it is worse than saying you didn't forgot to mail it or something, you know what I mean? Like the excuse usually makes you look worse is what my point is. The excuse puts you in a worse light than just being honest up front. So why do the excuse?
Now, Brian, could you
I've
be
had
even more honest and say, I haven't started because I didn't feel like it and I was watching YouTube videos instead?
I was never that honest.
Okay.
No. But I did tell them when I hadn't started.
I haven't started yet because I'm writing you this fucking email. This is back on you now.
I was in my groove. I was ready to put brush to model, and then
And then I thought, I should probably give him a quick update. And then I lost my mojo at that moment. So.
But I've had people too where like I'll ask for a picture, like, hey, before you pack it up, can you take a picture of it? Oh, it's already packed up. Sorry.
sure it is.
Is it though?
No
Can
way.
you take a picture of the package then?
No way. So yeah, I agree.
Anyway,
it's a big problem, but
So the tournament, Alex and I went to Toledo to the Bounty Bowl. I didn't realize it when we went, but the store was the Bits Guy store.
You mean Sanford and Son?
Yes.
Ah.
Game guy in Toledo, which made a lot of sense after I figured that out halfway through the day.
Was it the smell of cat pee in the store?
It's a very interesting store. I would love to know what the building was before it was a game store, because it is it's very interesting. There's a lot of separate rooms and like things are divided up. Like the comics are kind of divided from the game room. Then there's another game room. And then you go down this long, dark hallway and you get to a bigger game room. It's very interesting. And I did find all the Bits boxes in the long, dark hallway when it got a little brighter out and I could see where I was going. But yeah,
is that part of it? Because like when you look at Bits, when he sells an Adepticon and the lighting's really bad.
It's in that dark hallway.
Yeah, to kind of get you like, I think that's like a Chaos Marauder head. I might as well grab the whole sprue, then you get home, it's got fuck. And then like in the store, let's get the bad lighting going too.
Maybe, I don't know. And there were like side doors in the dark hallway that you could barely like see through. And I had no idea what was going on there, but I don't know. It's a very interesting story. I bought a whole crap ton of G.I. Joe back issues. So
were there any fat kids on the floor with a tub of Bits going through it?
No.
Okay. It wasn't just like Adepticon.
No.
Okay, a little different.
And it was darker. It was a little creepy going through that hallway.
It's gotten darker every year, I swear to God, in that hallway.
Yeah.
You're saying the store was darker than Adepticon?
Me? Yes. Yes, the hallway was darker than
Oh, okay. Because Biran said it's gotten darker every year. And he said it. And the pronoun meant it as in the store. So he means Adepticon.
Right.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
never
so
been to
I
the
got
store.
Two different things right now.
once you got down the hallway into the gaming area where the tournament was, it was very nice. There was new lighting in there, so it was nice, easy to see, and there was tons of tables, which I kind of didn't understand because we were kind of spaced out, and then everyone decided, oh, let's not space out and move everything to one row of tables. So now we're elbow to elbow, and no one's using the 3 rows of tables behind us.
I noticed that happens. It's like the restaurant thing. Like, all right, we'll seat you right over here. Like right next to that family, the whole place is empty. It's like that at Blood Bowl tournaments. Like confine them all because you think you're going to have a Magic tournament pop up. I don't know what the rationale is there.
Well, and this was kind of done by the people playing, like as a courtesy. We're not going to take up the whole room, but no one else used those 2 rows of tables the entire day. So we should have spread out a little bit.
The way I look at it, if I'm paying, I'm spreading.
I plop and I spread.
Yeah, I paid money. I'm going to spread. You told me the back corner's for you. Cool. I'm taking it. Bag goes there.
On table, yeah.
Team goes there. Drink goes there. Just fucking claim it. Dibs across.
All the tables were the white banquet tables, so all the pitches were side saddle. Which there was one game where I didn't have to sit side saddle. I'll get to that in a second. But my first game was against a Snotling coach. I was playing dwarves, of course, and he had 2 trolls, 2 pump wagons, and then flingers and the black gobo. And on turn 3, I casualtied both pump wagons, and that kind of ended the game. And it kind of dwarves steamrolled from there, and I won.
Death roll more than steamrolled.
Yes. So then the next round,
did you bring that bullshit thing in this game too? In this tournament?
The death roller?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What was your roster, by the way?
So the roster build for this is very, very similar to Chaos Cup. So it was a good Chaos Cup practice. So I had 12 players, the 2 runners, 2 slayers, 2 blitzers, and blockers, and 3 rerolls.
Standard
So-
old school dwarf lineup.
Well, a little bit more because you have a 12th player, and sometimes you would only have 2 rerolls, but pretty standard, nothing special or sneaky or anything. But yeah,
Your skills.
4 guard, 3 mighty blow.
Oh, you get 7 skills.
I did as a tier 1
Okay.
team.
That was 6. Okay. So you beat the Snots, and then you're thinking, I'm the shit. I'm winning this whole thing. I'm undefeated.
No, I was thinking, how do I always get matched up with Snotling teams in the first round of tournaments? Like, it's so weird because then it inflates you and puts you at the top. And it's like, well, I was playing Snotling.
You know, here's the thing. I might be different, but I actually don't want to play against stunty teams at all. I think it's a lose-lose situation.
It is.
If you win, you're supposed to win. If you tie or lose, you look bad. You feel bad. I'd rather not play them at all. I don't want people. It's an easy win. I don't want it. Not at all. No thanks.
And I agree with you, and I think it adds an extra layer of stress playing them. 'Cause you're like, I can't let them beat me. Like,
Right.
anybody but this team can beat me.
Right.
Didn't you feel that way when we played, Brian? You'd be thoroughly embarrassed if you lost to me.
No, not necessarily because of the shit that you were pulling off. Like, I could just be like, oh, he rolled dice. And it
Is that
worked.
because like, Biran's strategy is stunted in a way?
Sure. Yeah.
Jeff, what
you
were you
had
going to
something?
say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, you just stomp them into the ground. Like,
Yeah.
you can't feel bad about beating up on somebody who decided to bring stunties. They decided to bring stunties. You're gonna get pounded. You're gonna fail something, and they're gonna try and capitalize it, and you should still pound them into the ground.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about people playing Stonies in the current environment with
Oh,
star
yeah.
player stuff because they're like Snotlings, I think, are very good.
Snotlings are no joke.
Right. I will say during this, I had a lot of dwarf hatred from my opponent in this. Like, oh, dwarves this, dwarves that. Like, you're playing Snotlings. Like, it's not a good matchup for you, but still.
Let me ask, just because 4 of us have been playing Blood Bowl for a long time, I know dwarves have always been considered like, oh, guard or whatever, but like the idea that it's a thing now, that's pretty new, right?
No.
Mm-mm.
What?
No?
No.
Mm-mm.
No. I've hated dwarves. I've hated dwarves since 1989, man. Did
Yeah,
you
the
post-
dwarf.
Did you post memes in 89?
Oh,
There were no memes in
I
89.
probably drew them
No, but
on
they
the
had
inside
memes
of my
back then.
Trapper Keeper.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. That was a meme back then.
Right.
He drew dwarves
Right.
like one guy, like bending over the other one, ha ha ha.
Hanging
doing the whole
hanging
thing.
them from nooses and really nefarious stuff. Like, really.
A guy
I
pressing
remember
easy button on dwarves.
So what we've learned is Jeffro's racist.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
And
The first
and,
league I ever played in, I was playing dwarves, and I got all this hatred, and I didn't quite get it. And
I mean, I've heard
Oh, you
people
were
say
playing
it's
dwarves.
annoying, but a lot of things are annoying. I think I always heard like, oh, guard was like their complaint. Like it felt like to me, it wasn't you were complaining about dwarves, you were complaining about guard.
And my complaints really stem not from anything about the skills or the choice or gameplay, just the fact that they murdered the living fuck out of my team. No, it was like 3 were dead and 2 were like, oh, back when you were missing multiple games in
yeah,
2nd edition, like my team was just decimated. So it's like
I could see in leagues being more pissed
the
about
dwarf-
them.
they're just in the core of my soul.
And I hate hearing all the dwarf hate. I do. I take it well on the outside, but it all sinks in and it drives me insane. But the biggest complaint that I had is like, oh, well, dwarves are just boring. Like, are they though? Like, I think it's pretty cool. Like, I run a tournament that's dwarf based because I like the dwarf versus dwarf matchup. But you'll have those people that say dwarves are boring, be like, oh, you guys deserve this. This is going to be miserable.
I would
No,
say
it's not.
dwarves are methodical when it comes to their scoring game.
Yeah.
I think dwarves are hard to play. I think they're difficult. I don't think I think Snotlings are very much not a tier 3 team, and dwarves are barely tier 1. Barely. They're so slow.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
I think they're really hard to play.
Like when I was not playing dwarves, various other teams, someone will come by and be like, "Oh man, you gotta play dwarves." I'm like, I'm gonna run past them all. That's what I'm telling you, I'm gonna run faster than you, and that's how I'm going to win. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it don't work. But it was like none of it fazed me. I would actually give the people are trying to console me before, like, "Oh man, you drew dwarves." That's fine. I'm gonna run. My guys go faster than those guys, so they can't catch me.
Dwarves are very good as long as you don't make any coaching mistakes. Like as soon as you make a mistake, they're not very forgiving. Like,
well, yeah, because once you get out of position, it's like an easy run for a touchdown.
Well, and you can even play a perfect game as dwarves, and because you can't recover as well because they're not as fast, then you can not make any mistakes and still get jacked in some way, and you just can't recover.
Yeah.
So Xtreme, round 2.
Round 2, because I did so well and Alex did so well as well, we got paired up on the top table. Mm-hmm. So the huge benefit to this is because it's at the end of the row of tables, I was able to swerve my chair around and play correctly on the pitch. So that game I didn't play side.
Since it was your son, could you have actually just spun it and said, "No spaz flips"? All right.
But we would have been on these tables. We would have been missing probably 3 squares on each end.
Oh, don't use those squares. That's simple.
Yeah.
Those squares don't count.
It's a 7th pitch.
Was it a new board or an old board?
It was a neoprene mat. So it would have.
Could you have squeezed an old one on long ways then?
An old one. It would have hung over a little bit.
Yeah, they just hang over just a little bit.
So get an old one and then put the mat on top of the old one.
The old cardboard boards were 30 inches. So that's why they always worked out perfectly on tables that were 30. Or am I making that up?
I don't know what the dimension was, but they did fit on those tables really well. They hung over just enough where you could snag it.
Yeah.
The board, but not. It's still playable.
Like a 1/4 of an inch over. It wasn't much, but it was enough to make it a
So
debate.
you played Alex.
Would it be in Sportsman to concede a game if you have to play side saddle?
I mean, I wouldn't have got very many games played at this tournament.
Right.
I mean, before that, on the old size pitches, there was a tournament I went to where a pitch was set side saddle, and I asked my opponent if we could turn it, and he said no. I was like taken aback by it. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to move my chair then and sit at the corner and play diagonally, I guess. But
I think Jeffro, as the major organizer, would you say a roll-off would be in order on playing which way? If
picking a side in a game, yeah.
If the table allows for either placement, could you say, much like a coin flip or a dice off, whatever, which way we're playing? Or do you say whoever owns the board? Like mine's already set up. Like, well, I could also set mine up.
But yours is already set up.
I put mine on top perpendicular, and I play on mine. You play on yours, and that's.
And you just call like blocker to K7.
Right.
So I did have an opponent at this tournament where we were playing side saddle, and I had all my stuff on the right half of the pitch for me, the right side.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Can I be on that side? I've been on that side the whole tournament." I was like, "Are you left-handed? Like, why?
No,
why would you?"
The correct question is, are you autistic?
Well,
this was the same guy who wouldn't let you play it long ways.
No, different guys. That guy was years ago.
So you had at least 2 weirdos, is what you're saying.
Hey, and just so I'm clear, so he's on one side, long ways. You're on the corner, but he wants your side.
No,
different guy.
We're both playing on the side, and so there's a right and a left side because we're playing side saddle.
Right. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
The other
which is never an issue if you're playing the correct way.
Right. You
Right.
swung
Because
around.
my side's the one next to me.
You
So
know
like,
what you just said? It's like, you want that side? Well, then let's turn the board around and switch seats.
Do you think it's like a baseball superstition thing? Like I got to do this with my glove?
I don't know, but he said, well, I've been on that side the whole tournament. I was like, me too, because that's the correct side to be on if we're
Right.
all right-handed. Like, it's
Actually,
weird.
there might be a rule. If the old dugout, is there still dugouts that, don't they have the little thing that
Well,
shows where they come in on?
No, because these were all, well, these weren't GW mats. They were all the neoprene, like.
Well, I know, but using the GW one as a rule, wouldn't it tell you that I should be on my left?
I don't think the wear pattern's there like it used to be.
Never mind. I thought there was something there.
I mean, that's
But I also commented to another opponent. I was like, this is kind of like, you can kind of play this like an NFL thing, like with coin toss, like whoever loses the toss picks what side they're on.
right.
Or we could all just play on the right side because that makes sense.
How great would that be? I know, Mike, you played an outdoor tournament. Like, where's the wind? Which you're like
Just add a kicking game where you got the folded up paper football and you.
Let me check the wind.
So Brian, I'm guessing that
That's how I'm gonna run it.
Yeah, I'm guessing you
But
acquiesced and let him pick his side, or did you put your
So-
balls on the table and say no?
What?
So it gets more interesting. So I let him move me around so I could play on the wrong side. And then when I was setting up to kick, like all of his models were on my side. And he wasn't like making a gesture to move them. So I kept like placing my guys closer and closer to his models and they weren't moving. I was like, can you move your team so I could set up to kick? Because you wanted that side, but now you're on this side.
You should have just started flinging them off the table.
Wait, I don't even understand that. It's like he picked his side.
Right.
At that point, you won. Take your models and bring them over there.
That was interesting.
Now, if you were say 0-3 at that point, would you have probably said no? I ain't moving.
I kind of wish I would have said no about a lot of things
Yeah,
before this.
Yeah.
you need to
Like
assert
going.
yourself more.
Yeah. Like going.
No, not going. It was a good tournament.
I was
When
hoping
you
bailed
say
that.
on the right side, do you mean on your right-hand side moving to your left?
Yes.
See, to me, that seems backwards.
Yes.
That's
I mean,
that's backwards.
reading is backwards, but I mean, don't you want all your stuff?
It
that
is
you're
not
into?
backwards in manga.
Still haven't read Biran's book yet. Whatever.
In the West, moving left to right.
Well, and I
No,
get that.
it's all wrong.
If all
Fucking
your
long ways.
if all your team is on your right hand side, then you're controlling all your models with your dominant hand.
But see, eventually, maybe you're playing dwarves too much. You're not getting into the other half of the pitch much. But like, eventually, I want to be all over the place. I'm going to be on your side. I'm going to be on my side. I'm going to be.
I just think Xtreme. You should have started driving home after round 2.
After round 3.
Okay.
We're also being handist by assuming everyone's right-handed.
Right.
I know. I am, and it's a problem with my in-laws. They're very proud of their left-handed genes and all over their family.
Did you say how does it feel to make a handicapped person move to the other side?
I think left on average 7-year less lifespan. Is that what they
Yeah,
say?
that's 7 years less.
Both my kids are left-handed. So
I'm sorry.
So what you're saying is your family.
Do they
is
see
genetic
colors?
freaks.
Oh, you know what? Actually, first baseman ready to go.
Can't be a
But
catcher,
Captain
though.
is a good base, better for slapping those singles because you have less distance to go to get to first.
no catcher, no third baseman for some reason.
Yeah. Yep.
I think left-handed third basemen are fine. I don't buy into that. But anyway, so I played Alex, and it was a very good game, but he did beat me.
So it was the worst game.
It was rough. It was the first time he'd ever beat me in Blood Bowl.
Oh,
Oh,
Check that off his bucket list.
he has become a man.
Yeah.
I will say, like I told him initially when he started getting into Blood Bowl 2020, like when he came back to it, like you need to try the Imperial Nobility team. Like it was designed for you. It has
That's a
all the
bullshit
annoying
team.
skills. You love annoying stuff.
Yeah.
And he finally came around and it proved I was right. Like he did very, very well at this tournament. He ended up in second place overall in the
Nice.
tournament.
Should have been first, by the way.
hey,
I mean, he got stomped by the person that did win first.
So is the bullshit with the Imperial Nobility that fend skill? Is that what's annoying?
Well, more than that, they have fend on their linemen, but then they also have wrestle and stand firm and like all kinds of stuff that really screws up your game plan.
Whenever you say, I do this to you, and they just say, nope.
Yeah.
You know what I found in general? When you have, I think when your linemen have annoying skills, that's the key to being annoying. It's not the positionals. It's when your linemen are a nuisance that really gets under people's skin. So in the case of fend, because you assume I'm just pushing linemen around. They're not going to do anything real in the game, but when you have fend, it fucks up everything.
Right. And playing as dwarves, like I want to hand those blocks off to other players, and there's like, nope. Oh, that kind of sucks.
I want to go here. Suck it.
And it's always best to yell as loud as you can. Fend!
Right. Well, and I kept asking, like every time I block a player, whether it was fend or stand firm or whatever, I'd ask him, "You going to use it?" And I think it was like 100% in our game. Like he used it every single time. I was like, "How about you just tell me when you don't want to use your skill?"
A lot of times I'll say when I was playing, like, just so you know, I'm going to use fend and stand firm every single time, unless I tell you otherwise. Like, just it's going to happen.
So did you get to the point where you would get a push and you would, instead of moving where you wanted to, move them where probably Alex was going to move them? And go, you can use fend? No, you weren't.
It's not with fend, you don't get a follow-up. So I still get to choose where he gets pushed to.
Okay.
Oh, you were thinking of a sidestep?
Yeah, sidestep.
Yeah, so fend just means no follow-up. That's it.
So as annoying as sidestep in some ways, but still annoying when it's on the line.
But you could say, I wasn't going to follow up anyway, so suck it.
I did a couple of times. So
and he says, well, I'm not going to use fend then. Now I am going to follow up.
Or there were a couple of times where I asked him if he wanted to use his skill and he said yes. I was like, I would have said no. Like, why would you say no? Because this like you totally screwed up now.
Yeah,
but he won, so what do I know?
So you have a lunch break, or is that after 3?
Yeah, so we had a lunch break. I didn't plan for the timing of this tournament very well, the schedule. We didn't start until 11:30.
Oh,
so
What
lunch
was the
break
scheduled start time?
11:30.
Oh,
So-
okay.
So it's totally on me. I should have prepared better, but I was starving because I didn't have lunch yet, and like our first meal break was at 4 o'clock.
oh.
It's like, oh, this sucks, but it's on me. I should have planned better. I knew the schedule.
Should have brought
So-
snacks.
Lunch is halfway through at 4 o'clock.
Well, I mean, really, if you're playing the schedule correctly, you eat lunch before the tournament and you just have an early lunch. But the first meal break was at 4 o'clock.
Wow. This should have been a 3-gamer in my opinion.
They
Yeah,
all
if you're
should-
starting at 11:30.
I agree.
That's
Um,
just me.
well, because then a lot of game stores don't stay open that late either, you know?
Yeah, so this one opened late, but stayed open until 11.
Oh, wow.
We were done with the tournament at 10:30 and all the prizes were gift cards. So then we had to like go in there and do all our
Scramble.
shopping. Yeah,
And you'd already bought your G.I. Joe stuff before that, didn't you?
I had.
See, if you had
I wish-
confidence in your game, you would have held off.
That's true. Like I would have just like, hey, can you hold this stack of comics aside? And after I win this tournament, I'll be back.
Yeah. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put it in my car. You don't have to worry about it because I'm going to win this tournament.
And then leave.
So one of the themes of the tournament was putting bounties on players. Each round there was like a different way to assign who your bounty was. And you got points for killing the other person's bounty or for scoring with your bounty player.
That's cool.
And it's a pretty neat little side game, and I did very well. That's the award that I won, was the Bounty Hunter Award.
Nice.
Nice.
So
Yeah, I
got
like stuff like that. Like little bullshit stuff to go for. If you're like, you don't have to win every game, but you could just go for this and have fun.
I mean, I wasn't in the running for the game, so I was like, I'm gonna do your theme then. I
Yeah.
will participate in your theme of your tournament.
Essentially, casualty kid. That's you.
Well, it wasn't all casualties. I scored with my
No, I
bounty.
know, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I like that you get points for scoring with your because they're going to be gunning for your casualty, so it's in theory
Yeah.
harder to score with that.
And you didn't always get to pick which player went on. Like some rounds it was random, some rounds that your opponent picked, and then some rounds you picked. So you couldn't always give it to like your big ball handler.
Right.
sometimes it'd be on somebody
That's
else.
fun. That's fun. I approve of
it-
that.
All right, so
It's
who'd
pretty
you get
neat.
round 3?
Round 3.
If you don't want to talk about it, we can just end it too. That's fine.
Round 3 was he the guy that just left the table?
No, that was round 1.
Oh.
Round 3, I played. It was really cool, actually. He was playing humans, and he's from my local area, and is trying to get a league started at the Southside Game Preserve. I was like, hey, if you get it started, I'll play in it. I don't want any part of running it.
Right.
You know, if you want advice or whatever, I'll give you advice, but I will definitely play and support your league if you get it going.
Did you tell me you were kind of a big deal in the community?
No, but like as we were playing, like I always have these weird interactions with people, like when they sort of recognize me. So he's like, your voice sounds really familiar. I was like, oh, do you listen to Zlurpcast? And he's like, no.
I don't know what that is.
So I was like, I've been on other Blood Bowl podcast years ago. Maybe you recognize me from that. And as I didn't realize he was local to me at the time, so maybe we were in the game store at the same time. I don't know.
Well, you
But
should have
he
said,
he
like,
recognized
do you ever watch movie trailers? You'd be like, you're that guy? No.
No, I also watch movie trailers. I just was asking.
me.
Who was the guy that called me Mike Mitchell?
That was Mike Kuhn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So if you guys got into a gay marriage, you could be Mike Mitchell.
Yeah.
What was Mike Hunt there?
He was not.
The ironic thing is, I was actually talking with him on Facebook that day.
Mike Hunt?
No,
Mike
Hunt.
Hunt.
Yeah, that's
Tom,
Chris Hunt's brother, Mike Hunt.
Shunt.
Hunt.
Tom Rummer
Mark.
showed up and he
Mark.
wanted to do his NAF account, and that's how Mike Mitchell got brought up.
Okay.
All right, so Xtreme, did you win that one?
No, I tied.
Okay.
I should have won.
So,
My game against Alex, he had 2 turns in a row where he pulled off a lot of like BS stuff that shouldn't have worked, and that turned the game on me. And then in my next game against this guy, he had like this breakaway play that should have never worked but did. So after this round, I was like, I just like want an opponent that can't roll 5+ dodges. That would be awesome. Can I get that?
Was this like a Predator Nuffle when you said that, or what?
It was just kind of because I feel like I've turned a page in my life in the last few years, and I've become a lot more positive person. But
Really?
there's
Really?
yes, I do. I think I've changed. But there was like so many layers of BS I was dealing with. That was like my small little venting. Like, I'm gonna let this out.
It was
All I know is there was a lot of messages coming from you
Yes.
that day on
Yeah.
our little side chat.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
They weren't all positive.
No, they were not.
It's funny. It's like side note of that. We were playing last night at Grognar's, not Blood Bowl, a different game, and it was the first time Ryan got mad I've ever seen him get mad playing a game. And if it was anyone but Ryan, I'd say, "What are you talking about?" So, Brian, did you get a little like? Were you embarrassed that you kind of showed your anger a little bit, or was it not even that bad?
No, it was in a joking tone with with people that I knew me well enough to
Understand what was going on?
Yeah. But yeah.
Because I think we all do that sometimes. I do it. I try to say I don't, but I do. It happens.
You do try to say you don't. Yeah.
I do say I don't, but I don't.
You try to pass it off as real, but
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So that was kind of my tournament, and then Alex did very well. The only loss he had was against Vanderbeek, so he finished in 2nd place in the tournament.
First place in
Which
my
was
heart.
awesome. Yeah. So then we had the long late night drive home.
That was
Did you have
very
to drive
quiet
the
because you
whole
were still
time?
mad at him for beating you.
And he
Xtreme,
was
you
sleeping.
drove the whole way.
I did. Yeah.
I would have made him drive like 2nd place.
No, you would have died.
I
Is
don't like
Alex
other
allowed to
people-
drive the VW?
No.
I don't like anyone driving it. I mean, Ginny has driven it, but other than that.
And were you
I
in the
don't like-
passenger seat, like clinging like this the whole time?
No.
Or were you like passed out in the back?
She's a very good driver.
Oh, okay.
All right, Extreme. So overall, good experience. Not great, but good.
Good. Yeah. I think it was great for Alex.
Yeah.
Nice.
He got some of that the glory and all the pussy you get from winning and doing well in Blood Bowl.
mean,
Oh yeah.
It's a lot different than playing goblins and fighting for last place. He switched over to this and got second place in his first tournament. So
Yeah.
and he plans, I think both of us plan on taking the same roster, or he might tweak one of his skills to Chaos Cup.
Nice.
So
Was
Is he
gonna
coming
go
to Gen Con?
he is not. No,
Are you?
I am. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'm going with you. Did you,
Mike's just checking.
did you get the safety email today?
I don't know.
We can talk
Everyone
about
has
it
to wear a full burqa bodysuit.
You actually have to keep your privates in your pants this time around, guys.
Dang it.
Unless you put a mask on.
So Extreme, was Alex planning to play at Chaos Cup the whole time, or was this his like, yep, I'm gonna play now after this one?
He was planning to play at Chaos Cup, but he was planning on playing goblins until
Oh, okay. So he's gonna go because you guys are going as a family. He's gonna play a goof team, and now it's like, oh shit, I like playing, I like trying, I like nobility. I'm gonna play for reals.
Hey, winning is fun. Like, who knew?
It's true.
Is it? I don't know.
He's
Before
gotten
long.
as far as I've gotten, second place. So he's already tied my best after 30 years. All right. Anything else Extreme, or can we do some Chaos Cup talk?
No, my team's ready for Chaos Cup, and I'm ready to hear more about Chaos Cup.
So Jeff, you wanted to join Zlurpcast, and of course I'm going to say yes, but I also can't bump the first story of the day. You know what I mean? It's Extreme. So I just want to let you know, you'll get your full time. So in radio, when you get political, you got to offer equal time to both sides. They take it, they don't take it. You got to do that. So
fair and balanced.
You're going to get your full time.
Okay.
If you choose the yield,
I got a hearing to watch at 7 p.m., but that's fine.
Wait, where are you?
I'm at home.
Oh, I thought you said 7.
7 o'clock.
He's got a hard cutoff at 7 o'clock.
Oh, hard.
No, I
Hard.
don't. There's just something I'm going to watch on the TV.
Oh, okay. You want to talk
Who
about
watches
that?
live other than sports?
Well, wow.
You want to talk about that show?
Let's not go into television. Let's talk about us on television.
You want to cover that show, or do you want to cover Chaos Cup? This is your call.
Chaos Cup.
Okay. I just want to say,
No question.
I'm down to talk show. But go ahead. You watch stories, by the way? My stories.
That's what my grandma called
I
it.
have a show. Anyway, Jeffro, you're running Chaos Cup. This is your 4th year.
4th year.
I mentioned politics earlier, and just a quick transition, if you will. Sometimes I refer to as putting in your time in public office.
Senatorialship or whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, I do believe in those term limits. Are you sticking around? Are you up for re-election? What's going on?
No. There's no re-election.
He would run unopposed.
I'm gonna attempt a coup.
Presidente for life.
I'm gonna attempt a coup.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold on to power for as long as I can, and we're gonna see just how many people decide to try and help me out with that.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm turning it over to somebody.
Oh, okay. I always thought it was like just, president for life,
Some people do that.
So you're running Chaos Cup once again. You've already got 119 pre-registered?
Got 124.
124 pre-registered.
Jesus.
That is, to me, unfathomable, because the last time I was involved in Chaos Cup as even a player was, I think, 2015. And so 7 years. And the idea that I thought 80 was like, oh my God.
80's a lot.
It was. It was. It isn't anymore. It was.
Is.
Are there factors you attribute it to, like moving it to near O'Hare? Is that a big one?
Well, that was something you had already wanted to do, and it was the other hotel got knocked down. So
You could play in the rubble pile.
moving it to O'Hare has helped increase the attendance. No, I think people would have traveled someplace else.
Okay.
It's helped a little bit, but
Okay,
I
I
don't
just
think
didn't
that
know.
would have made.
I always thought, and I never actually pulled the trigger, obviously. And it was, I'm happy that you did. But the idea, to me, the thought was always, if you put it near the airport, and obviously this is back then. Now with Uber and everything, people have at their disposal. But I was thinking back then, it's like, get something close by. Somebody could grab a ride from another guy. You're already airport, venue, everything's all right there, all good. The only thing having it in the actual suburbs, I thought would cater to drivers. But if you put it
Right.
next to the airport, the thought would be, if you're truly flying in, I'm going to make it as easy as possible for you.
Yeah, and it does. Like a number of people are like, I fly in and I don't have to rent a car and I don't have to go anywhere else. Like, I'll go within the places that the hotel is going to shuttle me for free.
Yeah.
And that's plenty in that area. So it's like, yeah, if you want to travel into the actual proper city, you can.
Yep.
And you still don't need a car to do it.
That's a good point. Yeah, you're right. Even though you're not, you're still got a ways to go, at least you're close enough where public transportation will take care of you. If you want to go downtown, spend an extra day with your family or friends, do some fun stuff, you can easily do it.
Take the train, it's fun. Trains are fun.
Except when it hits a person and delays everything by 4 hours.
Well, I guess the delays. You want to be the train that hits them, right? Because then you just keep
we
going.
were Xtreme. The one we were on hit a guy, I think. They didn't tell us. We found out from later. Hearsay, I believe. But
I was on an Amtrak. They hit a guy and we were stuck there for 3.5 hours while they got.
Like, we're all working on something like.
No, they told us that they had to get the mops and shit out to clean.
Yeah, I thought I saw guts. Yeah, we're working on the tracks. The guts on the track though, or like mechanical. There's some brain in the gears. I'll just leave it at that. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what that means. But,
You don't know if it's human brain or if it's somebody's
somebody's brains. Leave it at that. So Chaos Cup, September 24th and 25th, right? Yeah, 24th, 25th, or 25th, 26th, whatever that weekend is.
Right, the weekend.
Whatever that weekend is, and obviously people are hanging out through the weekend. What can someone expect? What do you want to cover on this episode?
Oh, I don't know. No, people are just gonna have fun. We have 124 people, and the hotel is gonna be like 1/3 to 1/2 full of Blood Bowl nerds. It's not quite a convention, but it's gonna be rather dominated, and it's just gonna be fun.
And everyone in this show is going to be there.
Yeah.
What's Jeff? What's your cut? How much you taking on this one?
Money wise?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I didn't even get in on the discounted hotel rate. I was checking up on that, and I was like, "Can I see the list of names?" And I see the list of names, and I don't see my own on there. And I'm like, I'm gonna need a room too. It's like, we don't have any more for the discounted rate, and I was like,
Wait,
yeah, I guess that's what I.
They're not comping you any.
That's what I get for waiting.
No comp rooms for you?
Not until afterwards. Once all is said and done, then I can use comp rooms later. But not
With your Hilton points?
Huh?
With your Hilton points, or
I barely have any Hilton points.
How
I don't
cool
have
would it
enough
be?
we get a ton of that from.
How cool would that be if you got to take like the points from everybody's room?
Yeah, but usually if you book a block, is the person booking it, they'll throw you a bone or two.
That's
But your
what I
bones
thought.
come after
Yeah.
the fact.
Yes, my bones are after the fact. It's little certificates.
Right.
Can you use them on the next year's Chaos Cup? Just keep rolling it over?
No, the date expires the end of August. so I
Yeah.
can't use it.
Oh, wow. Okay. So
What is the normal rate for the rooms
169.
per night?
Pricey, but not really that bad. For
Not
every
anymore,
hotel's
yeah.
pricey.
by O'Hare.
Yeah, every hotel has gone up ridiculous. So yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, even outer suburb like standard hotels go higher than that now.
So Chaos Cup, rules wise, largely the same as you've run in the past?
No,
No?
way different. So I begrudgingly went along the idea of tiers. So we have a tier 1, which are all the good teams, the tier 2, which are the not so good teams, and the tier 3, which are the bad teams, which is basically stunty.
You were,
Or snotlings.
Snotlings are tier 2 though.
Okay.
They are too good. Swarming is good.
Yeah.
you were kind of bullied into this because I don't think I would have. It's hard to say. I don't see myself caving into that though.
Caving into
Were you bullied into this?
bullied into tiers?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't. It was really kind of an exercise in trying to figure out what was the best way to mitigate star players and like what their value is, and then changing, like instead of getting gold pieces, and it's just the equivalent. Gold is worth SPP, which is worth an approximate amount of skills, blah, blah, blah. But it's really trying to find the balance of like, what is a star player going to cost your team?
Sure. What are you willing to risk to take?
Exactly.
I will say this. I like that you are taking an approach to make someone make the decision. So if a coach says, I always take Griff, I always take Hackflem, now you have to say, is it worth it? And then someone else will say, I don't normally take it, but maybe I could based on my tier. So you're letting people either open up their mind a little bit to trying it or not trying to paint out it. So as opposed to just, I always do this, I'm always going to take this.
Right.
I like that, but I'm also not a big fan of tiers. But I like the idea that you're trying to do it. Because my thought with the tiers are, it always seems arbitrary. It seems like, and even if Games Workshop came up with them, which are you following theirs or
No.
did you change?
No.
I'm not following theirs. I'm changing it up because you're absolutely right. It's biased. It's whatever. My idea of how the game should be played in general is that there shouldn't be tiers. Like if I'm teaching my son to play, I should let him take dwarves or elves, and I should take like halflings. And then they should, and the game is already built like that. It's inherently imbalanced.
Right.
That's
On
good.
purpose. On purpose.
Right. On tournaments. Like, are you so bored winning every tournament with wood elves and having shiny things in the background? Challenge yourself and play something else. And then if you start winning every tournament with halflings, then we take you out back and kick your ass.
I like that.
I like that.
But
So
no,
with Chaos Cup, obviously it's a big deal at the hotel. It's the major for the United States, huge. This is something that if someone has never gone before, what are they in for?
they get 6 games of Blood Bowl with people from across the world, literally across the world.
Yeah, literally.
So you have a chance of playing somebody.
Wait, why was it not literally before?
Was it?
You just said, yeah, literally. Was it?
Oh,
At
was
the
it not
game
literally?
room, you're probably not going to get somebody from Spain.
Okay, so you're saying.
Thank God.
So I get mashed up with Xtreme, like, man, it's like across the world. We know it's not really, but it's like I eat a horse.
no, like, I've always marketed Chaos Cup like you did with the fact that it's an international event. It should be an international event. And I'm trying to remember if we had anybody international last year.
Oh yeah, it's probably a little rough.
Canada doesn't count, but
Canada doesn't
how
count,
many internationals
period,
we have this
regardless
year?
of what you're talking about. Canada doesn't count.
I don't think any Canadians came last year.
yeah, you're right because of the.
They could come here, but they'd have a hell of a time getting back.
And the French guys already lived on the East Coast. So they weren't, they were French, but they weren't.
Are you still
The Kyrgyz?
Are you allowing all countries, Jeffro, or did you cut that list off?
Oh no, I'm allowing all countries.
Wow.
What countries are actually coming as of now?
So again, we have a Frenchman who is living on the East Coast. I think he's living in Manhattan.
The East Coast of France?
There is no East Coast of
the
France.
United States.
That's why I want. That's my next question.
I'm saying
Coast of France
he's
is Germany.
representing France, even though he's not flying from France.
Okay.
We do have somebody flying from Germany. We have the parade of Canucks that are probably going to all drive in the same van on the way down.
Swedes, are the Swedes coming?
Swedes, I have not heard if the Swedes are coming. They've surprised people before, but I don't think they're coming.
Anyone from the United States of America?
There's going to be a few people from the United States of America.
Of America.
Isn't there somebody from
Argentina.
what? Argentina, that's it. I was like South
Argentina.
America.
But that
my
could count as German
buddy.
too.
Matthews. We got a German in. German, might have somebody from the UK.
What part?
The middle.
Can you
Oh,
tell them
Midlands.
it's cooler here?
Yeah, it is right now.
I believe Antarctica. Anyone this year?
No.
There won't be any Russians, I don't think.
If they can make it out,
Okay.
well, I don't know.
I'm just happy you're allowing all the countries to participate. That's all.
We're in no. Beggars can't be choosers.
Any from Myanmar. I hear it's hard to get out of Myanmar.
I'll always know it as Burma.
Yeah.
That's just
Oh,
me.
the Philippines, though. We have a guy from the Philippines that's going to be working in Illinois at that time, and he contacted me about coming because he has a league in the Philippines. He's like, I'm going to be in Illinois around that time, and can I come? And I was,
You'd be a fool not to.
Yeah, I'd come.
Yeah, you know what you got to do? You got to tell his boss. Is that way he has to come to Illinois and work, only work. Tell his boss, dude, this guy signed up to play Blood Bowl. Get him. Get him. He's like, you got to go to Illinois and not play Blood Bowl. It's like, that's all there is to do. And I'm there for this. He's like, no, you're there for work, not for Blood Bowl.
I scheduled a work trip around the time of going to visit the guys out in Washington.
But how do you do that? Do you just create work?
No, we were doing an installation and I was working with a metal fabricating company that was in Seattle, and I needed to go and outfit our LEDs into the thing to make it work and make sure, and they wanted somebody on site for the demo portion with
We
the
love that somebody
designer.
right away. You're like, I can make it in 3 months. Oh, you're booked up? Yeah.
No, I gave them an open weekend, and it was like sometime and I was like, I can do this weekend.
And he checked
That
the
Friday.
Friday. He checked the
And they were like,
site.
okay.
And he's like, let me look at this. And then he's like, oh, I
what
can't
would happen
log
if
in.
you sat
It's from
down at a
2001.
tournament? You sat down at the tournament and it was your client that you lied to.
Ooh, how great would that be?
Yeah.
I
Like,
didn't lie.
like their chair is backward, they spin
There was
around.
no
and
lying.
You learned
How
all
about
that
instead
from
of playing
Brian,
this, you
too?
finish your install, Jeffro?
Like, all right, you beat me, you don't have to finish the install. I'm like, oh shit. You beat me, I measure my own LEDs. I don't even know what that means, but I'll measure them. I like it.
That was
I
a
like to see more-
conversation in a car trip we had. I was like, what exactly is an LED? And
Oh, I believe it's a light emitting diode.
Yeah.
well, what does that mean?
It's a
I'll
diode
let
that
you
it's
on
light, duh.
Duh. Yeah, I know. Anyways,
It's a light. Side note, Jeffro, you might appreciate this. My final project in high school electronics class was called The Shocker. That was the name of the project, approved. It was before that was a thing. I mean, people were doing it, but there was no name.
Right. I wasn't, because in high school I wasn't doing any of
It was a box about yay big.
that. You put
and
your 2 fingers in and a stinkier box below.
Close. It was a metal box with actually part of the project was we stencil sprayed skull and crossbones on the top to show you this is going to fuck you up. 2 leads come out, right? And basically, you would hold it and you can, you see the arc there, or you can grab it and grab someone's hand. The idea was to shock you. That was the project. What I did afterwards, though, after class was over and I took it home, I cut out this big resistor in there and I put a potentiometer in there. And I didn't realize it was all the way to one side. And I didn't know. And so I plugged it in. I flew out of my seat 5 feet, blew the fuse, and never did anything electronics related again for the rest of my life.
Was it, so you 120 volt? Like,
It was only 120
Line
volt, yeah,
voltage?
but it was the
Still.
idea that I took it was this big, it looked like a big piece of chalk, this giant, and I don't know if size actually matters, resistors, but it made me feel like I cut that out, put this thing, because my thought was, if I'm going to shock somebody, I want to be able to turn it up and down in the power. I didn't realize it was all the way to one side, because there's no, when it's
It's not
just
the
the
volts
actual
that get you,
component,
it's the amps.
Yeah.
it got me good though. But the project I got an A on, so there's that.
So you made like the prop from the Dune movie. Put your hand in the box.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Gam Jabbar right there.
I just-
You know?
Gam
believe
Jabbar
that-
is the dart. I don't think they said what the
Right.
box's name was.
the box
People
is
used to
Oh
say
yeah,
that
you're right.
Yeah.
But the project itself was the shocker, like that literally real project. It wasn't like, no, I'm gonna do this instead.
Do you
That
think-
was the project.
Do you think someone overheard that and thought, is he talking about putting 2 fingers in a vagina and 1 in the butt? And that's how it started?
Maybe. I mean, I'd like to think that for the ages, we've been shocking but not knowing.
Right.
So, what happened when you put your dick in there? Because you did it. We know it.
So if you took the
What
lead and
dick?
put it in your pee hole,
Yeah,
Oh,
was it like the scene in The Boys season 3?
it was. Yeah, it was.
I had that
Um,
happen to me in grad school too, where some electronics thing with the button stuck, and I put my hand in something, and then I just shot back like 3 feet.
I love
And
it.
they're like, all my students were like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, having problems breathing, and
Oh, and then your dick was in it too, in front of all the students.
no, my dick was just out and hard as a rock. And
Okay.
that was the last time.
RateMyProfessor.com. The weed guy had his
The
dick
weed
out.
guy does good. Yeah.
So they were immediately
Florida,
Googling,
right?
if my professor dies, do I get an A automatic?
Yeah. Professor Weed had his dick out again.
Weed's root was out, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So anyway, Jeff, LEDs aside, Chaos Cup, tell me a little bit about the layout, because I haven't played since I've been at this venue. Is it, you got multiple rooms, different tables? How does that all work?
Yeah, so the Rose Hotel, it's a great location. It's not ideal for playing. The best way that we can do it to set it up is we just dominate their entire wing. Like both of their large rooms aren't large enough, and I don't want to crush everybody in like assholes to elbows.
You know,
I
let me
don't
ask
want-
you though, is it, when you said it's not ideal, why don't we flip this shit upside down? Why is it ideal to have everybody packed like a fucking cafeteria? Why is that
Oh.
the chosen ideal thing?
You'd be in one room and
No,
not be
packing-
super packed.
packing as a cafeteria, like packing as many people as you can. That's a choice that you don't have to make.
Yeah, I don't
there's-
want that. I'd rather.
I don't want it either.
running a
So we have-
tournament cafeteria.
Right, exactly.
No,
like-
Extreme. That was different. Okay, this is all fucked up.
And others would
Extreme-
argue that having the side rooms, especially the bottom tier of the tournament in separate rooms, those are the fun rooms.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh,
Extreme,
they're great.
Extreme ran a tournament in a cafeteria,
Yes.
but it was not played like a cafeteria in my head. When I ran Chaos Cup, it was in a hotel, but it was a cafeteria. This is fucked up, you guys. Extreme had separate tables, but it was a cafeteria. So,
Is that the one
what
that had the
you're
little
saying, Jeff,
stage in
was
it too?
Things I do love the stage. That was great.
And there was food provided too.
Right as well. So Jeff, several rooms, like 15, 20 games a room. How does that kind of lay out?
I forget, like the first room, the smaller of the two large rooms, has maybe 17 or 18 games.
Yeah.
I actually have the layout posted on the website. If you go to venue, it shows the table numbers.
Yeah, you're not going to get a click
That's too
out.
much work.
Yeah, you're not going to get a
No,
click.
no,
I know
it's
you're
not.
trying to up the stats. So that way
Yeah.
when you sell it off, you
simple
can have
PDF, people.
It's
You're trying
you'll
to-
see its
you're trying
link
to-
flashing right here.
don't even put it
Video.
up. He's trying to inflate his web stats. So when he sells it off, it's this huge fucking number. Don't give him the clicks, you guys.
No, it It shows all the different rooms, their names.
You know what you got to do, Jeff, when you're talking about a different, like, podcasts and whatnot, instead of put like, hey, put a little link up there, a banner, Chaos Cup, put something like a picture of what your leg looks like after wearing tight socks, and have it say something like, if
One
this
weird
looks like
trick.
your leg, you're going to die. And then when you click it, like click here to, be okay. And he goes to Chaos Cup after that. And then you get the click. But I was trying to see if like it's bad that my leg looks like that,
It looks like there's 18 tables in the main room.
Oh, look, you can figure it out.
Yeah, that's your one click for the whole fucking crew. So.
And tables 19 through 48 are in another room.
What?
That's the biggest
What subset of the webpage is this?
venue.
Under venue.
Venue. Yeah, that makes sense.
Don't give him the click. I'd rather have Xtreme
Yeah.
share his screen.
Oh, I got 2 clicks.
No, share your screen, Xtreme. No more clicks.
Oh, I forgot I could do that
Where's the
technology.
ding button? Where's the
So,
ding?
Jeff, do you do it like traditional where Mike's talking about tables? Is it truly table 1 is table 1 in your format?
Yes, actually, I have table 1 and table 2
Yes, you do.
as their own single tables.
But I just mean
Other-
that's where the top players are. It really is.
Correct.
So when Mike's saying 1 to 17, 18 to whatever, that's your next group of, middle of the pack.
So it's kind of cool because you can like work your way through the rooms to get up to the main
Yeah.
room, or work your way down to the fun
Or
room.
work your way down.
I want to be in the polyantha room.
You will
Okay.
be.
You will be.
I don't care so much about what room I'm in. I just want to know before I play, I want to say, I want that side and make the guy give me his side. Like Xtreme had to do.
Just put your models there.
Yeah, and
That's how
actually,
you do it. Just put your models where you want to be playing from.
And then if he says his models, just go ahead and scoot them.
Yeah.
yeah. Spin the whole thing around then. Spin the table around, whatever.
No, I won't scoot him. I'll fucking claw game him.
That happened to me once. He grabbed them all. It was after I scored my 6th touchdown. He had 0. I let it happen. I let it happen because I'm like, whatever, man.
If he only scored 4
Was this
touchdowns, then
losing
it's
my
uncalled for.
pants?
It was I know I had Wood Elves at the time
Oh,
Shamrock.
Shamrock Shakes.
against I forgot his name, but
I remember his name.
I do too.
he went out, whatever. Jeff, all joking aside, when it comes to layouts, are we playing long way, side saddle? What's the story?
So each table, because I've limited it, we're not like doing cafeteria style. So there are 2 games per 8-foot table.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's space for each person, each team, each pairing to put their stuff at the end of the tables. And that way, if somebody really needs to sit at the end, they can just move around and there's space.
Okay,
to be able
so
to do.
the
If
default
both
is
people
side
want to,
saddle.
one of them is
Yes.
going to have to kind of side saddle.
Got it. Default side saddle. So 2 game, and then a coach could swing to the end if they want to, but
Correct.
only one could swing. Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. The loser of the
Hey,
kickoff.
No complaint.
No,
You don't
it's
have
the
to-
eldest.
I love
gets
that
the
idea.
choice.
Boom, I won the kickoff. Great. I get to sit wherever I
No,
want.
it's the eldest.
It's a
The
seniority
bonus
thing.
to swinging around like that too is you
Yeah.
can pet your opponent's leg as they're playing, just make them uncomfortable.
No, you know what's a good move? Not just pet their leg, but actually, especially if they have real hairy legs, just do little swirls.
Oh, to make
Tie them in
knots?
knots.
Knots?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking knot their legs up. Like that's an experience they're never going to forget. Jeffro, add it to the list.
I'm
6
gonna.
games, international, possibly not hairs.
Absolutely. No. And Mike's right. So the oldest person should get the leg.
You know what? I'm down for that now. I wasn't down for that when I first went to Chaos Cup, but now I am down for
Right.
that.
'cause
But
you're
Gary's
older.
still going to beat you.
Because you're
Yeah, that's
older.
true.
It's gonna
And we
be-
will be at the same table area at some point.
Also,
I do know
whenever their player gets out of their chair, go sniff it and make sure they see you doing it.
Yeah, Jeff, policy on sniffs. We didn't talk about that.
Huh? You can always do a sniff test.
Sniffs are free.
Wait, no, hold on.
Like Jimmy John's.
Not when they're
Non-consent-
sitting though. Not when they're sitting down.
From your own chair.
You know what, Jeffro? I thought based on, I've seen you online and talk about other things. I thought consent when it comes to sniffs.
If you're within your own space, you are.
No.
You're
You
welcome
get up to go to the bathroom. Okay. I go over, sniff your chair. You catch me on the way back. You say, what the hell?
Because I'm not, because I don't do a quick one. I sit there and puff it like,
Yeah.
This happens all the time.
I'll be honest. I'm actually going to wait a while to start the sniffing because I kind of want you to catch me. That's kind of
just because it'd be like, this is awkward, but are you into it? Wink.
right. That's kind of the idea of getting caught.
It's like when you probe the other hole a little bit, like, oops, that was an accident.
Was it? All right. So right now you haven't decided if consent's needed for sniffing. That's fine as long as you get it done before
Maybe
the
signing up
announcement's
for Chaos Cup is implied consent.
No,
You
the
have
only
to,
implied
like when,
consent-
yeah, like when you're
the
talking to a
only
cop.
Implied consent is a abide by the rules of the state of Illinois.
Right. So
Oh.
it'd be a matter of the person has to exert you have to exert your Fifth Amendment right to not incriminate yourself, right? I'm pleading you have to exert it for it to take place.
Oh,
you-
the French people get Fifth Amendment rights?
Oh God, no,
Oh.
they just have to take it. They just have to take it. Because that is going to be a powerful sniff.
Yeah,
I was
that's
gonna
a
say,
good question.
you're gonna get that sniff no matter what.
At an international gaming event, do you retain your country's rights? Probably not.
No.
Oh no!
Unless
the
you're
state
playing
of
with their
Illinois.
embassy, no.
Yeah. Well, just
So-
beware. Still time to get refunds if that's going to affect you.
Or
Well,
to book more rooms.
You are welcome to flee to Wisconsin after the tournament, but
You should put the bottom tables in Wisconsin.
I love
the last
Wisconsin. I'm
two.
down for that.
No, I love it. I'm just saying, as like a way to get away from the rest. Want to get away, you know what I mean? So,
I
all joking aside, Jeff.
I have a real Chaos Cup question.
Yeah, thank you.
oh,
So you have on your awesome chaoscup.com website here, you mentioned that if you have a room, you get 15% off your meals. Does that apply to alcohol?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I am pretty sure that it doesn't. It might apply like if the person rings up like a drink with your meal, they might apply it.
They,
Um,
I bet you they're.
but
their
I'm pretty
registers
sure
are-
that you just go there and you say like, my dinner is going to be 4 beers. I would like 15% off, please.
And they're
They're
like,
gonna
why are
say-
you talking like a dwarf?
Brian, we know if you do drink, it'll be
over the
picking up
hotel.
a 30-pack of Old Style and keeping it in a cooler right by your table.
Well, it says I can't do that, so I'm not going to.
Yeah,
So,
it says that
Jeff-
at Adepticon too.
Yes.
Good
Oh.
And
segue.
Gen Con as well.
I know when people ask, it's no, you can't bring your own food and drink. Off the record, you're on hip pause.
Got it.
Did anyone do it?
Oh,
Or no?
so here's the other scoop. We've gone there long enough that my buddy Fitz last year came and went to the bartender and said, okay, now I know you don't have this whiskey behind your bar. I'm from New Jersey. How about, actually, he's not from New Jersey. Where the fuck is he from?
But he wanted to sound like a soprano or something.
He's like pretends like if he was from New Jersey.
You should
guys-
lie. If you're from
How
New
much
Jersey,
do I have to
say
pay
you're from
you?
Connecticut.
How much do I have to pay you to pour this for me?
A corkage fee.
Corkage fee.
You know what? I'm actually
Unofficial
gonna-
cash
we can-
under the table corkage fee.
We can take care of that. Exactly.
I'm actually going to call bullshit on that, Jeffro.
What?
You don't know Fitz. There's no way. I don't know. I'll tell you, it's an old Xtreme joke from the old Zlurpcast days. You wait until the whole thing goes and you pick the thing at the beginning to ask them. That's the joke. An old Xtreme joke from the old days, the good old days.
Oh, I did have a question. Can you do the halfling hot pot?
Ooh.
The hot pot. Nope. No. It's a
Because I
wizard.
asked. It's my
Too
fault.
wizardy.
It is.
It's a
No,
wizard.
what about a dwarf hot pot?
It's a wizard.
Hmm.
It's a
All
really
I know
shitty-
is Mike used it
It's a
against me.
really
And I wasn't
shitty
happy.
wizard. It's a really shitty wizard. You're absolutely correct. You don't want one.
Mike took his straw and drank all of my milkshake and took all of my rerolls away.
Although the bombers now,
You're
like,
not-
bombers are-
You're not stealing rerolls. You're liberating them.
Right.
Yes. With pie.
And even if there are no rerolls to liberate, you still gain them.
You gain.
I
them.
still
You don't
gain
steal.
them.
Yeah.
Because I'm magic.
This is how it works. So Jeffro, I know you can't divulge when people pre-register, they don't do teams, right? So you don't even know what's coming in yet, right?
You are required to submit your team to be considered fully registered.
Right. I'm
Oh.
not requiring rosters until September, so that gives me enough time to print them out and whatnot. But I don't want people to hem and haw about what they're going to play. Or am I going to play goblins? Am I going to play Bretonians? Am I going to play whatever? Oh, you can't play Bretonians anymore, but still, same thing. I didn't want to have people. I didn't want to have people have to wait and decide. I'd rather they register right away. And so there's been a few people that have turned in rosters, and
Okay.
I've looked at them,
So-
but I don't really know, and the majority haven't.
So to register, you fill out the form, you pay, but you also know what team they're playing, but you haven't collected rosters yet.
Oh, I don't. No, if somebody's registered, I don't even know what team they're playing.
Oh, I thought that's what you were saying. You don't
No.
want them hemming and or hawing.
Right.
Right. They don't have to pick the team now.
No.
Just get registered and get your spot.
Yeah.
But if you pick the team now, there's not going to be a hem nor a haw, is my point.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't need to know what you're playing, and
Oh.
I'm not going to remember, and I'm not going to care.
There's
long as I have a
something about
roster.
Blood Bowl that the Blood Bowl coach has like 4 different rosters in their head from maybe 4 different teams the day of the tournament, and they decide on the trip to the tournament.
Wait,
I'm
who
deciding
knows?
my team because I
Not
only
a,
have
not
one.
a chaos company.
I only have one team that I've painted. So that's the team I'm playing.
Oh, trust me, I've run tournaments where people have like brought 3 teams, and they're like, I made this decision when I walked in
Like,
into the tournament.
this one's written on a napkin. This one's on toilet paper. This one's on Kleenex, brand Kleenex. Which one do you want?
Exactly.
No, we have a different class of people that are coming to Chaos Cup, and they are all very interested in playing their games and not interested in messing with.
Unless they register on site.
Ooh.
No, last year we did not have anybody register on site.
It wasn't allowed or just didn't happen.
I didn't.
You sure about
really
that?
Allow
Oh.
who
Mike's voice went up, you guys.
Are you sure about that?
who registered on site? Maybe the odd man out.
No. The odd man out was
Phil?
I forgot his name.
God. All right.
Was
But
it?
no,
Is
the
there
odd
an
man out
official-
he was convinced to play.
Was it?
Yeah,
night
I
before.
I think
remember
it was,
that.
Was
but
it Harry? Harry Seward?
Was it
who's
Mike
Harry
Hunt?
Cox?
I think it was Haywood. Jablomi.
Did you blow me?
Yeah.
Um,
God, I'm trying to remember. You know, I think you might be right. I think
I had everybody pre-registered. I wanted
there-
to. I wanted to give them a packet. I wanted to print them out their stuff for them.
yeah, I think you're right. There
Is
were
there a
some
cap?
math sign-ups that I'm thinking.
Nobody wants
confusing
to
with that.
show up and have one of the handwritten in ones in pencil. They want it
With
printed out
Katie
with
stamp
cool
from 3
font.
years ago. That's
Ooh, a stamp. I'll get a stamp. I want a stamp.
Is there a
If
I
cap?
know
Do you have
it's
a
wrong.
number cap where you'll say no more, or is it as many sign up will
Or-
find a spot?
152
Okay.
is our hard, and that's going into the lobby.
Hmm.
Like you see on our little venue layout, there
Is-
are a couple tables in the actual lobby towards going outside,
Oh man,
and
nice.
those are the
oh,
last.
those are like next to the bar, so those are premium spots.
Yeah,
Can you play at the bar too?
No,
you can play sevens at the bar.
you can play outside though.
Oh, that's yeah. Make him get a 7 and 7 and 7s.
Oh,
at the bar.
that's a good idea. I like that.
Just saying.
I actually
yeah.
like captain and 7-up.
There you go.
There's
Mike's
just
got it.
sevens.
There you go.
is
Oh,
there
Wisconsin, right here.
is there a form you want the roster sent in? Do you want to?
Yes, BB roster.
Yeah, BB
Um,
roster.
It's everybody's going to look the same and it's going to be landscape so that people with
Easier
bad
to
eyes
scan.
can see it as large as they can.
I've also,
Who does BB roster?
What in the what?
Who does BB roster?
you don't ask that.
Oh.
It's like, that's one of the
They're
positives of the
fucking
internet.
heroes.
Gypsy. There are some crazy gypsies
Yeah, it's great.
doing magic.
Can we say gypsy?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
because they
I okayed
they are
it.
a
Or is it
specific ethnic
GPT?
group.
No, I okayed it. It's fine.
Brad
Regardless.
Pitt playing a gypsy was problematic
It's
though, 'cause he's
awesome.
not in
Right.
fact a gypsy.
Do you like dags? You know, for example. Oh,
It'll to be
dogs.
seen if the new Amazon roster will be on BB roster, and then we might. Hopefully, they don't change it too much or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's
You
right.
know,
Because isn't that coming out real soon? The Amazons.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that whole cutoff thing? Why don't we just allow it all the way till the day of? What's
Right.
wrong with saying
Who
that?
cares?
Allow it.
Because the night
cares?
before the tournament, GW comes up with some bullshit and
Yeah. Jeffro, printer, are you printing all these
Yeah,
at work?
that's included in your cost. Actually, no more. I just got fired.
You got fired?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
what?
I'm
Wait.
not. They
Wait.
let me go. It's fun.
Because you scheduled a tournament around
The installation.
It might have been. Okay, well,
No.
so you are taking a cut. Is that why it's $60 this year? Little scratch?
No, I'm not taking a cut. I don't
No,
get it. I
no.
get a free pitch. I get a free T-shirt.
Jeffro and I go back and forth about the money, and I'm always like, you need to raise the tournament costs, and Jeffro's like, no.
Yeah.
Wait,
I think
I
the
did
thought
raise
would
it.
be if, you know, the only reason why, initially to people who don't know, it looks like sticker shock, looks like a lot. But if you are already chalking it up to going to be a gaming weekend, it's actually just a part of all of your costs because
Yeah.
you're already spending quite a bit more. So whether it's $60 or $40, it doesn't really matter to the person.
Just ask yourself,
after you're already,
what's GW charging for their 3-game event at Adepticon or at
At
Gen
Gen
Con?
Con. Yeah.
Was
Oh,
it
what are
like
they
50 or
charging?
$60?
$60
For 3 games?
for 3 games, and we don't know what the fuck you get for that, but
you might get some random sprues that you probably don't need, but whatever.
If,
Oh,
you're
yeah,
not,
getting
if
a
they're giving
hand
out
job,
a team
and-
box, then sure.
I bet they give away a lot of stuff there.
Mike, did you say
It's not
hand
just
job
colors,
on sprue?
yes, they rub the sprue on you because it's ribbed for your pleasure.
Not bad. Yeah, it's part of the hobby. You know, that's the hobby aspect that no one talks about. Jeff, are you doing lanyards for everybody or no?
Yes,
Yes.
first year.
That's great.
Should've been
Not
red.
the first year. I did it in 2012. They were paper, and Mike laminated them with the shitty laminator.
It was the first
bendy
year that
one.
I did.
More tax dollars for those of you in Illinois paid for that. So
It looked horrible. It was a great idea in theory. I
It
executed
was.
it horribly,
Ooh,
but
staff.
Ooh, that's nice.
it's not bad. Jenny, your fur. Look at all those fonts. It's best to combine as many fonts as you can into one thing.
And at
that's what I tell my students. I'm like,
half
if you
the
have
letters need to
3
be
fonts
Comic
on your
Sans.
page.
Right. Automatic. Is that an A or an F if you got more than 3 fonts, Mike?
Yes.
So that's what you're using?
No,
Oh, what are you doing?
this is what the boys from Oklahoma.
I don't care about them. They could pay if they want to be on this show.
Oh, running down the stuff you can buy. How much are the pitches and shirts and whatnot for those who are too lazy to go to the Chaos Cup website?
Yeah.
Well,
Mike.
if you go to www.chaoscup.com and click that link, then you can find out that there are $16 for a T-shirt and like $20 for a hat. And
Save
forget
everyone's
how much.
effort. Don't even use the
No, like-
WWs.
Is it too late for pitches?
I forget what the cutoff date is. The cutoff, if you go to www.chaoscup.com and click that link, and you can find out. I think there's a cutoff date on one of the
Why
tabs.
is this how you click stuff or is this quotes? What was that?
Clicking. It's the shocker click that I've just invented right now.
Do you
Is
think
that
it's-
under
clicking with
registration
2
or
Payment.
think
Somewhere.
maybe your boss let you go, Jeff, because your inefficiency in clicking the mouse. He's like, there's something wrong with this guy. Look at him. We got to let him go.
So to buy a mat, it's 65. You said $65. Would I just submit another donation for 65 if I want a mat?
Wait, donation? What's your 5013CX23 number?
It's
Six.
7 5
Six.
8
6'9".
4 3 2 9
Niner? Okay, hold on. You know what? It checks out. I just checked it.
Oh.
Checks out.
It doesn't just leave off the 5.
So pitch is 65. Is that actual water? I was confused online. It looked like it was had water on it.
Yeah. It's
Oh, man.
it's
Like,
the water.
I mean,
pitch.
I know magician never reveals his secrets, but how'd you get the water to stay on the mat?
It's like the pee on the toilet seat.
Oh,
Surface tension keeps it in the mat.
Surface tension.
Yeah.
all
about surface tension.
It would be great if you play side saddle and like the water like swishes the one way.
Actually, you know, it'd be really cool if you could get some of that spray carpet stuff that repels water, and then you could pee on it.
Ooh,
Just, like,
you know what's
push-
even
push it
greater?
around.
If I'm on that and I'm getting my ass kicked, I'm gonna pour my drink all over it, throw the thing in the guy's face, kick him in the dick, walk out.
I do
That would be
like
great.
I do like this pitch because you can see all the squares.
I do
Yeah,
too.
it actually, all jokes aside, it's one of my favorite ones of all time. Like I haven't seen it in person yet. I'm imagining it's going to translate perfectly, but from online, it's one of the best I've ever seen. So,
I love, and I have two Master Maelstrom, and they're awesome.
They really are.
they
He
do a
does
great job.
work. And I ran him through the ringer this year too to try and get that blue
Mhm.
correct, because he thought it was underwater, and so he came up with a water look, and I was like, no, it needs to be blue like that that obnoxious Boise State.
Boise State's blue.
Right. So he was like, that won't really look like water, and I was like, no, it won't. It's gonna look like blue.
Does he have like one of those old school Epsons where you got to refill the blue now? Fucking Epson. Like he's got to get that one thing where it's like, no, it's cheaper if you fill yourself. Like it's not going to end well, buddy.
I love
Exactly.
I love when I ordered a mat from him. He's like, sorry, it's taking so long to ship. I'll have to talk to my shipping department. And I'm like, isn't that your wife?
Yeah.
Shipping department.
And then you were like, is it true you guys aren't talking right now? And I'm like, nothing.
Yeah, I have every Blood Bowl
Unless-
mat except a Blood Bowl mat.
She sends you 5 of them, but fuck that guy. Like, whoa. All right, whatever. Great looking pitch. What's the deal with the theme? So schlang. What is the deal? You get bonuses if you play them? Why should someone bring them?
No bonuses. They're just the last race that Grandma Wendy is never going to put on the pitch. And since it's been in the lore for as long as longer than some of the teams that they have.
Okay, so it's the
It's-
next, but you have a theme every year, and this is that theme of this.
It's looking backwards and looking forwards to space frogs on a Blood Bowl pitch. Like, did it happen in the past? Did it happen is it going to happen in the future? Is it happening right now? We don't know.
I like it. I like it.
Is the Kislev Leapers online?
Ooh,
Is that a real thing yet?
what? Never heard of them.
Yeah.
You guys got like a thing going on? What are you talking about?
No, I don't really.
All right.
Don't
Yeah.
know.
It's in Blood Bowl 3, isn't it?
2.
2?
3 isn't out yet.
I have no idea. So
No. This is a game that we play with toys on the table. Toys.
Table.
Dable.
So, Jeff, as far as people attending, we have a lot of past winners attending.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
We do. A couple have just registered in the last day.
Who's in that Hall of Fame? Who we need to shoot for?
We need to shoot at So last year's winner, Solomon Nicely.
Fuck that guy.
Nicely done.
No, I didn't say fuck him. I just said you're not going to be able to do the same thing with Underworld that you did last year.
No.
It's just not, I'm sorry. Nobody is. And that's understandable.
Wait, so he
But
won
no,
last year with Underworld, and would he do something cheesy or what?
Yes.
Well, I mean, was it cheesy or was it within the rules? I mean, it was
Yes.
within the rules. I swear, and I'll go to the mat for this. Kenta Washington, again, another Chaos Cup winner. Kenta Washington, in my opinion, his roster better than Saul's. Very similar, and his roster was better. Did he win? Nope. He got diced in the first game.
Yes, he did.
Cheesy is not cheating though. It could be in the rules, but still considered cheesy and cheating are two different things. Just to be clear, So he took a star player. I'm guessing.
Two.
Yeah, he had Morgan Ackflem.
Yeah.
Hey, you know
Again,
what?
probably not going to happen.
It's called Maxflem.
If a doctor did it, it's got to be right for you.
Yeah.
I'll take his advice. So Saul won last year. Brian 2 coming?
Brian 2 is coming. His
He's
son is not. His son is in South America.
Right.
Yes.
And we're going to miss JJ because nobody likes beating Brian 2 more than JJ does.
Is it true he went to South America to be the top coach in that country?
Yes, he
Yes.
did.
Okay, I thought so.
Top coach in
Pretty much.
Peru.
Put that crown on as he walked off the plane.
There we go. I love it. Update those NAF rankings. Jeff, did you put your results in for Winter Wizards Bowl yet?
Nope, not yet.
You know, I was going to ask that later at the end.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mike. I just thought about just now.
As
Yeah,
Tom,
what's the deal with that?
Huh?
He lost the
What's
record.
the deal with that?
He lost the record. The results are gone.
No, the results are not gone. The results are still on my computer. I just got to hand enter them in. It's a pain in the ass. And I haven't done that before.
I
I've
haven't
always just-
artificially
You
inflated
know,
I've
the
always
NAF
I
just
do
record.
took
that
in the
every year
file.
for Gen Con. If
Boom,
send it to
fuck.
me, I'll do it.
See, and that, you know what? Like, it'll be in the mail in a couple days. I just got to get to the post office.
Because of Winter Wizard Bowl not being submitted, my NAF record is overinflated.
Oh,
Yeah.
sucks.
We need to get that in.
Biran, just sign up with a new name. You get a fresh record.
I will. I just got fired. I got a whole lot of time on my hands now.
Yeah.
Is it true you were fired for not entering results?
That's
That's
how
what
they
did
got
it.
you.
Gotcha.
has Tom Rummery registered?
Yes.
Rummery is registered and his roster is submitted.
Do you know
correctly.
who is not a winner that is registered? Extreme.
He's not a winner.
Tom Rummery, Extreme. I'm just saying.
Ooh,
Yeah, Extreme, what are you waiting for?
oh, that's cold, Mr.
It is cold.
That is
I mean, Tom has an asterisk because he won the Chaos Cup that had 32 people there, but still,
I don't think there were 32. I think there was even less than that, Mike.
probably.
I
just
think
said
that-
32.
I honestly think it was in the teens that year.
It
Brian
wasn't
won a
in the
tournament
teens. I think it was in the 20s.
Brian won a tournament that was 8 people. That's worth just as much as a Chaos Cup in my book.
Did he
Tom
run,
Rummery's
did he
team
run
was-
that tournament?
He did. Tom's team was called Brutal Force,
Brutal Force.
which is also what he was arrested for.
That is the worst team name I've ever heard.
It's
He
the human
played,
team.
he played against somebody at that Chaos Cup who attempted to score in their own end zone.
So William Marshall from the Minnesota Vikings tried that.
Yes.
Was
And it didn't work.
Was it side saddle or regular?
No, that's what's even worse. It was not side saddle. So this guy was going towards his stomach and thought he scored. And
He's
then
going the
Tom,
wrong way.
would never let him live it down, and we never saw that guy again.
Well, just like
oh, that's sad.
just like the
maybe-
Vikings guy, he was one of the best defensive linemen ever, and everyone just remembers him for that stupid play.
Maybe he thought, like, if I don't want him to get hurt, I want him to live to play another game. So let's run him back. You know what I mean? Like,
He was very proud of himself. He had a big smile, and he's like, touchdown. And Tom's like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, you stupid.
Oh, he's like mean to him about it?
Yeah.
Tom,
Oh, yes. Have you not met Tom Remery?
No, I hope to play him in round 1.
Actually, how
Oh.
great's that going to be when Biran meets Tom?
You will love and hate
Oh
him.
my God, that's going to be great.
I
Oh,
actually
if-
hope it's round 4 that you guys play, so that way you may or may not come back Sunday.
You know what? Extreme, Tom might not come back.
Because what if by miracle of miracles he gets diced and I beat him? I go, this is my second tournament ever. This is literally my 10th game of Blood Bowl ever.
Oh, there is something you might like about Tom, Brian. He bit a Canadian once.
Okay, he's good in my book. Is he a fast player? Is he a slow player?
He's a good speed.
Okay,
Good speed.
that's my biggest beef is slow players.
Yeah, either play fast or bite Canadians. One of those.
he
two.
will play fast and also be swearing the entire time.
He's probably going to call you a pussy for not doing something.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck. He played Katie that year.
Should I fly over the table and tackle him if he does?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
He's
Safe to
missing
say-
a toe, so he's handicapped.
Is it the
He has
Safe
new
to
diabetes?
say
hip
they're-
now. His
My-
new hip is working out pretty well. He was showing off some dance moves.
Well,
I
hip
think-
replacements have gotten really good now.
Safe to say both of them will be armed.
Maybe.
Put the piece on the table
Mhm.
before the kickoff roll.
Spin it.
Yeah.
That's,
like- Put it on the table, count the fucking money. Put it on the fucking table.
that's a nice power move I've never considered before.
I think I might
Before the
try
kickoff
that.
starts.
Set it down there.
Uh,
What?
On the rules subject, Jeffro, it's been a while since I checked in. Masks? No? Are we doing that still, or is that done?
So
No.
I just updated the COVID mitigation page. I don't
You're-
think it's on.
wait, you're in charge
you
of
gotta go
COVID?
into it. No,
You're
I'm
in
not
charge of the fucking COVID rules?
No, I'm not in charge of the COVID rules. I literally copied the majority of this latest stuff from my church, which has said that they are a mask welcoming campus. You are welcome to
Or
wear a
deny
mask.
that Scott Prime's armpits are a transmission vector.
Wait, does the
So
church
you are-
know that the Chaos Cup is borrowing its rules?
I'll tell my pastors.
Okay.
Absolutely will.
Okay,
Mm.
just checking. And what team is he playing?
Huh?
What team will he play?
Jesus plays halflings.
Well, the head pastor is a woman, so she
Oh,
will probably not be playing
Because she's a woman or because
no,
he's a pastor
because she has no idea what Blood Bowl is.
and doesn't know that you have stolen their rules pack?
I didn't steal the
Chaos
rules
Cup
back.
is a
I
mask
stole
welcoming event.
The COVID campus policy.
Is there a way you can say only ugly coaches have to wear masks?
that would be
There's
everybody.
not
on
really a
Blood Bowl.
nice way to say it, but you can mandate it. You just got to have somebody like any law. You just got to have somebody that's going to enforce it.
Oh,
It'll
who's
be
gonna enforce it?
it's something that could change any month too. You never know.
So
it's-
right
it's
now,
Illinois.
masks are optional.
Welcome
We
to
are a
optional.
mask welcoming campus. You want to wear a mask because you're not vaccinated. You want to wear a mask because you feel more comfortable wearing a mask. You want to wear a mask for whatever reason, great, awesome. I'm also encouraging anybody that's sitting across from somebody who's wearing a mask to ask them if they would feel more comfortable if you wore a mask.
And if they
You
say
don't
yes,
have
I
to.
would be. Go. I'm
But
not
it'd be
going to wear it then.
really
'cause it
nice if you,
gives me an edge
because then the
psychologically.
person saying wearing a mask might say, no, you don't have to. I'm wearing one because of this, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to wear one because the dude sitting right next to me isn't wearing one, and I'm not going to ask everybody in my general vicinity to wear a mask. You're like, it's really more along the lines of like, let's not get on somebody for whatever reason they choose to wear a mask. Let's just let them
So,
wear a mask.
so wait a second. You're asking us to be like decent human beings?
Nah, brah. Nah. brah.
All order.
I don't like it. I need some firm rules. I'm thinking this. You asked me to wear one, I'm stealing a reroll.
Or yeah, if I'll wear, I will make you more comfortable by wearing a mask, but I get an extra reroll.
How about this? Mask, dice cup, one and the same. I pull it off to roll my dice. I put it back on when I'm done. I look like Alf. It's gonna be great.
If you're holding your breath while you're rolling your dice, then yeah.
My opponent has bad breath. I know I said no to mask before. I just smelled Maxwell Street Polish on you now. Please wear a mask.
Are you
Yes, to say
referencing
yes.
your recent Adepticon trip where we went to Portillo's and I had Maxwell Street Polish?
It actually wasn't
Johnny,
you.
I think your olfactory senses are like on the almost professional level.
Mhm.
Like
I will
not
tell you.
everybody is going to notice everything.
You're
the
actually
way
right about that. That 100% though, that is my superpower. It's Wolverine without
But only
the
for
fighting,
foul orders. Odors.
without the
Olfactory.
fighting, adamantium. I do have the height, so not the height either. But I can smell anything. I'm not Canadian. But I'm hairy. So,
But you are high testosterone because you have
smell-
body hair but no head hair.
that's right.
I have a question. Can you smell the results from my latest colonoscopy?
Yeah, I smell clean. By the way, if you have any of those stills, send them over.
Can do.
Like like you do this. It looks
Yeah,
it looks like that too.
squishy. They're
Yeah,
totally
I found some
squishy.
good. I had one a few years ago. And it was some good picks. I sent them to a few people as a goof.
Brian's
I'm really proud,
colonoscopy did
actually.
not look very good.
No, Brian's.
No.
Yeah, that was a different one altogether.
Very
That'll be in a
lumpy.
future episode.
It looked like a topographical map of the Rocky
Well,
Mountains.
it's one of those things, when you're playing different levels of Mario Kart as you advance, the roads get more difficult, more things to navigate.
You have to actually use the brakes.
Right.
That was actually a Christmas present I got from my sister, was framed photographs of her colonoscopy. So
Nice. You have a strange family.
it was amazing.
Where are they hanging?
In the robot room where Brian Mitchell has slept.
Nice. I don't remember seeing those pictures, but I have slept in that room.
Yes,
probably-
they're on the cab. They're on the
Yeah. Brian, you probably thought it
dresser in
was
the corner.
like art that I don't understand.
Were they individual?
If you don't know what they
pictures?
are, you don't know what they
Were
are.
they
but
individual,
yes.
or was it a collage? Was it like a collage of like
It's
four
actually, it's
Or
pronounced colon.
individual frame?
It's colon, not collage. or whatever.
Colonage.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is
Colonage
four-
could be.
It is 4 photos of polyps. So yes.
If you only make it halfway, is a semi-colonoscopy. Stolen joke from one of my friends. Not from this group.
You have
Jeff-
other
Your other friend.
Well, that was his, so fun fact.
nice humble brag.
Other friends.
I have other friends.
This guy, Mike probably friended him on Facebook anyway, just because, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Patrick O'Hara, he has every disease known to man, and he does stand-up comedy, and that's his act. He talks about all of his problems, and it's like cringe laugh in the crowd, and it's a genius way of doing it because no one knows if they're supposed to laugh or not. But he does a lot of, that's
Fun
his-
fact.
his whole-
On Twitter, follow the hashtag POZPIG. POZPIG. You won't regret it.
Is that where you get your Republican memes and shit?
I think it's both sides of the aisle.
Like, do you get like your Instagram with that busy bee or whatever the fuck?
The Babylon Bee,
I
the Christian Onion.
don't know. You send screenshots, but then it's like you're not following them. So like, are you searching them? And
It's
you
on
afraid
my
to follow?
incognito account.
I don't know. We'll probably do a political show another part, and probably gonna be Jeff and Biran, just kind of point counterpoint.
It'll just be me yelling at Jeffro, why do you hate America?
And he's like, it's because I love it so much.
I want it to be better.
Born on the
So
4th of July.
anything else, Jeffro, that Chaos Cup needs to cover in your final 7 minutes here before your show starts?
Oh, charity raffle. Talk about the charity
It's not
raffle.
a-
Yes, there is a charity raffle. I'm working hard to get shit for it.
Because some things that were going to be a part of it are no longer a part of
Of stuff I can donate to it.
All right.
it. Super
I
Fantasy Brawl
always
will not be
appreciate
there.
donations.
What's the charity?
American Cancer Society.
Okay. And what's your cut, Mike?
0.
It's for the Young American Freedom Foundation.
That's the first. Jeff.
Oh, that's the auction team. Yeah.
Take
Well, that's one of the auction teams.
Take
There's gonna
one
be
model.
several.
Take one model, put it up to the camera, and put your hand behind it.
Yes, or your dick, one of the two.
Whatever's
Yeah.
flatter.
Wait, I'm trying not to drop
Whatever's
them on the ground.
flatter and pinker.
I do like a pink dick.
Isn't pinker a great word?
Yes. There's a whole thing, if you ever watch Broad City, about a pink dick.
Oh, no. I think I would like it because I actually like, is it Alana Glazer, right?
Yes.
She's funny. So
I actually like the other one better.
I might actually think the other one is that
These are
person. I mean,
horrible pictures. Horrible pictures with this camera. This camera sucks.
There's good ones on the website though.
all right.
Yes, there is. Yeah, your
Jeff,
camera
what's all
really
those-
sucks because
What's all those like sex paddles behind you over there? What is all that?
those are wooden spoons that he has earned.
No, I actually collect wooden spoons because I like design. So you want to see the one? So this will be for this year.
I want to see the brown one.
Yeah.
If he's clean, he
This-
can come in if he's brown and clean.
Is he?
Oh
Clean,
yeah.
Mike.
Oh, look at that.
This is a nice spoon.
That's
That
a
is
nice.
spoon.
That's good for holding
Nice
balls.
spoon.
Yeah, it is.
Could you
Some
hold on?
call it a
Possible
wooden-
dice cup as well?
And
Like
Matt,
flat, like flip it over, dice cup, or mask. Yeah, it is kind of an elf look, like I told you. I like it. Okay. If this is how you want to spend your final 7 minutes and not promoting your tournament, that's fine too.
yes,
Well,
pretty
that's
much.
promoting the
I'm
tournament.
not gonna be
Sniffing
able to-
spoons.
I have
describe
got
it.
several emails about Jeffro has bought another spoon.
Wait,
And
why
I'm
do you get
I had-
the?
this.
Why do
I
you get his
restrained
spoon
myself.
receipts?
What was the one that I just when I was in North Carolina for spring break? And
Yeah.
there was this artisan.
Humble,
Oh my
humble
gosh!
brag.
It was a live edge spoon ladle. I think it cost like $350. And I sent a picture of it to Mike, and I was like, Mike, tell me I can't buy this spoon. It's like,
That'd be
"No,
great
you're
if there was
I
a
fine."
spoon
said, no,
was-
you can't.
The
Well,
wooden
you're
spoon was a
buying-
$300 purchase
It
that you
was their
then put
original
wood burning
spoon.
in.
Yes.
Mike said you can buy that spoon if you raise the prices of the tournament.
Yes,
I'll do it.
exactly.
I think it's cool that Jeffro, you got a spring break. Lucky.
Are you in college or something?
Yeah, he is. He just hangs out by the college.
Kids.
He's that guy.
To
So
be
you got a
fair,
nice spoon.
college girls are nice to hang out with.
Oh yeah, Mike, you know some.
I know a few, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're in the science department. How hot can they be?
Hot enough.
Well, for us.
Yeah,
Not a high
hot enough,
bar.
hot enough for an A. Yeah.
Beggars
So-
can't be choosers. I think we said that earlier.
Chaos Cup, it's a big deal. It's at the end of September. There's going to be games going on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Is it true you'll have entertainment, Jeffro? Is there like a band, strippers, all of that still, or not in the
Well,
budget this year?
Oh,
Biran will be
Oh.
there. Katie will be there, so there will be entertainment.
Jeff-
we are our own entertainment.
I was
Yes.
thinking, any chance of getting the golf rockers to perform?
Oh, that would be fucking amazing.
I don't know. I'm so concerned about the audio there. I really am. I need to visit it in the next couple weeks because having that many people there, I really don't. I'm concerned about people being able to hear, and so like putting a band. No, I have no idea. Of
Where's
what it
our
would take.
autograph table, JP?
We do it at a different venue if we're gonna.
So autographs will most likely be in the parking lot as usual.
Yes.
8 by
By
10.
the dumpster.
Right?
Yeah. So
Some trunk
Xtreme,
deals.
Mike and myself all have 8 by 10s ready to sign. Biran, he wanted like a 3 by 8 weird size.
Weird format.
Yeah.
Just because of the head size.
Yeah, he's gonna be selling D7s along with it too, so it's all fun. And just to be different, that's all. Otherwise, Chaos Cup, register, get in there. What's the cutoff for registration, Jeff?
For when it's
Like when you can't register anymore?
Pre-registration.
Sorry, pre-registration.
pre-registration, I think I cut off 2 weeks beforehand.
But if you want
And then-
stuff, you got to do it before that, right?
Yeah.
The stuff cutoff is earlier. I think pitches and shirts is possibly end of August at the latest.
So you can still
Pitches
get
might
it.
be- Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And you don't want to drag your feet because you're on the road to selling out anyway.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. People thought it wouldn't happen, but it might happen.
We are already at,
Right.
if everyone shows up, we're already going to be the biggest tournament in the Western Hemisphere.
Right.
The one that matters.
We already, I mean, we're last year hands down.
Yeah.
And
Okay. All right. Well, follow Zlurpcast, follow Chaos Cup. We should see you there because all 5 of us will be there. And if you want a shirt like this, Zlurpcast.net, get that. Zlurpcast discussion on Facebook. And if you have any job leads, send them Jeff Rose away. Chaos Cup ain't paying the bills anymore. Used to when I ran it. I took a little cheese off the top. But these guys are honest. So just saying.
wait, is that clicking something? They're both clicking for me now?
Mhm. There we go.
Yep.
All right. Everybody go watch their shows.
What's your stories?
All right. Thanks, Jeff. Was that
Zlurpcast! Brought to you by Nuffles. Bet you can't just roll a one.